Hi, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this is your mid-month message, mid-month reading, and it's for the month of April, but think about a month into the future. So a little bit mid-April until mid-May. So let's see, Aquarius. What is first card out already? A second card. I'm just going to say I wanted 3 cards initially. Wait, which one was first? This one was first. Listen, number 2, the intuition card. And then strengthening bonds, number 1. So we have 1 and 2 on the table, so there's some sort of process here going on. And then the third card out, initial card. And then we're just going to go deeper and deeper into these cards, energies, to figure out what's going on for you. Third card out here, Aquarius, please. Is going on for Aquarius. There you go. That flew out there. Challenging times. Challenging times. Let's see what that is about. Number 5. And like I said, we're just going to go deeper and deeper into these energies and create a whole picture here at the end of this reading. And if you feel like this resonates with you, this reading resonates, there's going to be an extension to go deeper into the message. We're going to clarify this listen card, this intuition. Why is that here for Aquarius, please? Wow. I just have to say. So we had 3 cards coming out for this listen. And as they came out, they knocked another deck over, which then in turn tossed another card out, so I'm going to take that one. King of Raphael. That can also be like something knocked someone over, something knocked, almost feels like bull, or you know, that little sport. You're knocking one ball, and that ball in that turn knocks another ball over. So it's like it's a ripple effect, it's a domino effect here. Interesting. So for this listen, intuition, we have the observer, very similar to the higher power, and regeneration, second chances, coming back around, giving this another go, new start in life, starting over. Really, really beautiful energies here. A lot of 4. We have 3 number 4s in that same little category, together with I'm trying to say king, and then queen comes out, so it's a king and queen situation for sure. You've grown a lot, and this situation that you're told to listen to your intuition about, you can fully trust. You can trust your inner guidance about this one. So I don't know if you feel almost like your inner guidance has a little bit fooled you in the past, or feels like, you know, I felt this and I followed that path, and then it ended up in just, you know, garbage. So I'm not going to ever trust my intuition again. But this is like, well, you probably got something out of it, and you probably were led down this path because your inner being knows that after having that experience, it's going to be so much easier to guide you to like something which will eventually have you end up in exactly where you want to go, exactly where you want to be, exactly who you want to be. And so there's a lot of growth there going on. We're going to go deeper here into the strengthening bonds. Strengthening bonds. Why is that here for Aquarius, please? I was going to say take them back. And yes, I just literally threw cards away that we're not supposed to have. We're going to let magic work its way into this. We're going to have the perfect cards coming out or flying out that we're going to use. I never trusted my own, like, to just take, you know, there's a lot of tarot readers, I have no idea. But there are some tarot readers that they're just shuffling, and then they're just starting to put the cards out there, or they're feeling confident in just pulling the cards themselves. And I would be worried that I is this my own interest or is my own energy that is having that happen? So it's like, I'm letting spirit take charge of this one, of this shuffling. So why is the strengthening bonds here, please, for Aquarius? It's time to go. Strengthening bonds and time to go. Sounds a little bit contradicting, doesn't it? And challenging time. So maybe perhaps it's a push-pull, it's a love-hate, it's a what else is there? Push-pull, love-hate. It's like you're being pulled in two different directions. Like what to do, stay or go. Challenging times, why is that here? For Aquarius, please. So we had one more that's coming out with under the strengthening bonds. And then we had two more cards then coming out underneath challenging times. So challenging times, yeah, for sure. Fork in the road. You don't really know which one to pick. You don't know what to choose here. Unfinished symphony. There's something about tying up loose ends. As you're tying up loose ends, as you're finishing projects, you're gonna know. You're gonna know where to go. But we're gonna go deeper into each and every one of these so that you have a clear picture of what is going on here. We already have somewhat a clear picture that it seems to be. I don't know why I'm using this analogy. Sometimes I'm given, I'm given ideas or given analogies or things to say to you so that it becomes clearer. And sometimes I don't actually know where it fits perfectly just yet, the things that I'm being given. I just have to trust to tell you that. And the reason I say this out loud is that there's a message in that. There are certain things you're being given, and even though you don't fully understand just yet, why are you given this or why are you shown this? If you sort of just trust and follow that path or trust and follow that hunch or intuition, that like you're going to strengthening the bond, you're going to strengthen the relationship with your intuition or with your inner being more and more and more each time you follow something, because then your inner being knows that, okay, they're really paying attention. They really are listening and following these guiding steps, and therefore they can just give you more and more and more or louder and louder or clearer and clearer, if that makes sense. I'm given this analogy where I was is a friend of mine who not really super close, but like an acquaintance. I know her, like I know of her really well, and she came to me for perhaps something else, but she came to me to ask of a pregnancy. And she was a little bit nervous about it, like if she was going to get pregnant and if she was going to be able to keep the baby. And I sort of just sat there with the energy, and what came to me was that yes, you're going to get pregnant. And I was like, you don't have to worry, because I see like you're going to go full time. Because I saw a huge belly, like. I was like, no one with that huge belly doesn't go full time. Like that was her question. So that's what I told her. And I don't know, it still gets to me, I still get emotional. I don't know how actually close she got to the delivery date, but I think somewhere like in the final week or two, her baby died in her stomach. And you can imagine how disappointed she was in my message. She was really having a hard time. She was really coming at me for it. So I understand that she took out a lot of her grief and a lot of her anger of not being able to keep the baby on me. That I know, because she's not that person. And when she's in love, like when she's in love vibration, she would have never come with that on me. I was just a messenger. I didn't kill the baby. But next time around, when another person came to ask me about advice around a pregnancy. And it's interesting because I got it. It's such a paradox because I got it from the same guides. I got it from the same. I didn't understand, why was I shown that she was going to go full time if she was going to have, like, if that was going to happen. I was like, what are you doing here? Do you think I can ever tell, like, I would never tell another message to another person ever again. They can never trust me, and I can never trust the messages. Like, I will never do this again. I will stop with this bullshit. You know, I was so angry and I was so sad. And I'm sorry I'm getting sad again, but it's like, someone trusts you so much with their whole heart, you know, and it's such a delicious and delicate thing, like having a baby. And I'm getting the message that she's gonna go full time. I don't see any complications. I don't see any indication that something is gonna go wrong. And I deliver that to her. And then her baby dies. It's just, that is big to carry. And I think it took me four or 5 years, I think. And people were still, you know, they wanted to order all these sessions and you know, all this, because I was doing that before and I was having workshops and I did all of that, but I was like cold turkey, like I'm done. I can't trust my spirit guides. I can't trust what I'm being delivered. And so the second time around, and it was even with a pregnancy situation, I was like, you gotta be effing kidding me. And she was like, please. And I was like, you don't understand. I don't do this anymore. And you don't understand. Like, I predicted the wrong thing last time around. I was really honest with her and I told her exactly what had happened the last time. And I was like, I immediately just said no. And then I went home and I was like, and it's such a paradox because I asked my same guidance, the same guidance that I received the message about the other person going full time. Are you with me in this story? So I go home and I start to have a conversation with my guides, asking them if I can trust another message. The same source that I just felt like I couldn't trust. I'm asking for advice. So it's a big paradox here. And the answer I got was, this is the ultimate test. Not only is it a person who asks you about the exact same thing, because that person, that girl had a multiple miscarriages. And she just wanted to know if she finally was going to get pregnant or if she was going to give this whole thing up, because it was really getting on her nerves. And I was like, what should I say? And they said, this is the ultimate test. If you then now a second time can trust the guidance that you're being delivered. And then they said, you know that the first time around, when I asked if she was going to go full time, what was in her timeline was that she was going to go full time. But then there was a chromosome thing that happened around the baby, that it was better to exit that physical body. But it was like almost not even a year later, she had another baby. She had a baby with the same soul. And they were like, you're so hung up on on the physical part. You're so hung up. And the things that this first person had to learn about herself and had to learn to trust, and the things that I had to learn to trust due to me giving that message, made me grow more, probably in those 4 to 5 years, maybe grow more than I've ever done in my entire life. Because going back and putting trust in a situation, even if it did have a different outcome than what we meant with, they said she did go full time, but just a year later with the right body. I was like, but that's not what I was given. No, you weren't given any fault here. And we, at that very stage, it looked good. That timeline showed we're in the clear. And this timeline showed we're in the clear because it was the second physical body that was supposed to come in, because at the very end, a chromosome, I think it was called a chromosome something, happened. So now I go back to this girl, and I said I had a little bit of a conversation with my guides, who gave me the last message about the last girl. And they're saying that you're going to still have a little bit of a struggle. You're actually going to have another miscarriage. Because she was so forceful about the timing about it. They said if you were really to listen to your intuition, you would leave this be for a bit so that you could ready your body a little bit more. And when your body is ready, the baby is gonna, the egg is gonna attach to the uterus, and it's gonna all be good. But because you're so determined that now is the time, I don't care what everything else says, now is the time, I'm gonna have this baby now. Your body's not ready for it, and you're going to have another miscarriage, and then you're going to wait a little bit because you're just exhausted, and then you're going to have a baby, and that's going to be fine. And that is exactly what happened. She said, I don't care. I was like, are you aware that I just told you that you're going to have another miscarriage if you go through with this right now? And she said, yes. So she had another miscarriage. She felt so calm in having that miscarriage because I've told her about it. She said, now it happened. She called me up and she said, now it happened. I had that miscarriage. And now, yes, I get it. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to wait until my body's ready, and then we're going to have our baby. I'm telling you all of this because there's something here. I don't know if it's of this magnitude, that I feel is of this magnitude because it feels so huge for me. There's something here that you're going to learn to listen. You're going to trust your higher power. You're going to trust your inner being. The higher power card comes out together with the observer, which is very much like it is the universe backing you up. It's the universe working through you. You're going to get a second chance here. You're getting a second chance here. And the thing is, it's a message that is coming in that you've been waiting on, but you had already decided to go somewhere else. It's like, no, I'm going to leave that behind now. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I was led down that path once before. I trusted my guides. I trusted my intuition. I went down that path and it did not go well. I'm not going to trust it anymore. I'm on my way somewhere else here. A message comes in, whether that is from your spirit guides or there's some news coming in. We have time to go and we have strengthening bonds. It's like we have news coming in between. There's something about, okay, you can choose this new path where you just feel like you've decided that you're just going to go there, but then you're getting a message. You're getting your spirit guides are there again saying, we want to have you in this direction. And you're like, okay, so you're telling me that once again, I'm going to trust your guidance that put me in a really awkward situation last time, whether that was more than awkward, maybe it was really toxic, maybe it was really, I don't know what happened. You're telling me that I'm going to go down that route again. Challenging times. You feel really guarded. You're still so open, Aquarius. You're such an open book, spiritually, emotionally, probably physically, really, really open. You're struggling with this one, and I tell you, I struggle with that one myself. That was such a freaking journey to learn to trust my guidance again. and to understand it from a, that's the thing also, to try to understand it from a, we have the observer, like the universe's way of looking at things versus the human, very, very narrow way of looking at things. What do you mean? It did go well. You're kidding me? She lost a baby. She lost a physical body, but the same soul came into a second physical body a year later. A year later. That's nothing. Nothing. That's a freaking year. There's a whole death of a baby. It's a, yeah, anyway. Like, oh my God. Coming back from that and trusting again. But having also a different perspective, having like almost like the universe's perspective, this is going to be a challenge for you. To trust again. We have a fork in the road here, so definitely the feeling of choosing between two different paths, and one feels chosen by you, and the other feels not pushed, but the other feels guided by source, and you're feeling. So, yeah. So the question is, Aquarius, what do you do? And one thing you can start with, we have number 13 there as well. So we have a transformation. Death leading to life. There's some sort of transformation that's going to take place due to all of this. And we're having unfinished symphony. There is an unfinished symphony. There's something like that second girl coming to me asking for the exact same thing. I was like, is this fun to you? Do you think this is funny? You're sending a second person with the exact same question? Are you kidding me? Is this supposed to be fun? No, because it's not. It's like I felt like such a victim. It's on my expense. Like, don't use me. Don't use me. Where was I going with that? Right. They had me go back. I needed to go through the same situation again, or I would have never healed from it, and I would have never trusted again. And the way that it panned out with the second girl, that gave me then full trust as well. She thanked me for telling her that she was going to have a second miscarriage if she went through with it at that very moment. She thanked me. She gave me some of my power back, some of my trust back. Had it not been for you saying I was going to have another miscarriage, I would have died. But now I was prepared for it. And I now know. There's something about an unfinished symphony here. We're going to go back and we're going to tie up some loose ends before you can fully move on. If this is your story, you're so welcome to the extension. We're going to see what those loose ends are, perhaps. I can't swear. Let's see what comes out in the extension. You feel if you want to come there or not. There's 2 links to that in the description box down below. Read about them and see whatever fits you better. If not, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you coming here and watch these videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps the channel a lot. It really helps me a lot. And even a little thumbs up if you like this video. It's really important for me that I understand that, okay, you people like these videos. If it's just, 2 likes, I'm like, maybe it's no point here. Nobody likes it. It's important. So please do. Thank you so much.